Hey guys, welcome to our Redstone world again, where we are going to work on the second half of our recall system for our storage system that we have planned for our Let's Play world. I know we're still a long ways away from it, but I just really had the itch for working on this project. And like I said, this is a Minecraft Redstone planning series. So here we are. To start with, we're going to build up something similar to that, I think. Because if you didn't watch our last episode, what we have going on is we want to take an input from hopefully just the three sources, and we'll have like a button here and a deposit chest. So we can come here and we can choose what class of item we want. So 3. And then this one, so if the first one is stone, this one would be variants like andesite or something of the nature. We'll set 10. And then this one would be like stairs, slabs, anything like that. We'll set 6. So this should be 3, 10, it is, and 6, which it is. So because we can take that input, we can convert it to a binary signal here so we can transport it however far we want it to go. That's the entire reason for this portion of the system. And then this here converts it back to that signal strength that we received from the lectern to give us our accurate reading. So we need a way to pull from this signal strength when we get it to wherever our storage system is to decode what specific item it is that we're looking for, and then have that sent back to our area where we're choosing it. So we need to start with a lectern again. This gives ourselves a little bit of space to work with. We might need a little bit more, but hopefully we won't need too much more than that. We'll put our lectern on it. Okay. There we go. And now we take our signal. So we want to do much the same as we did over there. So the problem that this is going to be is we need each unit to control multiple things. So I think we need base goals. So if we take a lamp, and we'll work with 5 individual classes to start with. We don't really need the full length on this then, but we will stick with it for now. So if we alternate here like we did last time, it'll give us a bit more control over what we're doing. Means we then need to alternate here. And we do the opposite on this side. So if this is done, then the only one that's off is the right line. So that's good. Now, the real problem that arises here is running these lines. So this system does work to break it down into the individual signals, but it doesn't help us get to there any quicker. Or cleaner, I should say. Take this down again. Okay, so let's try this instead. Make sure we hit 15 out here so we know we've got the ability to do it correctly. That's 15, perfect. So we start here. If that is on, we are good. Because that means that page 1 is lit. At the very least. Fill all that out after. So if that three is on, 2 goes off, then we start a new line. So this idea will work if we separate We can use the lectern to simulate what comes in the inputs down there, as it's the same as what comes out of the lectern. We can use this kind of a system to decode to a singular output. I should have built it the other way over so that we wouldn't have to cross these lines over themselves. But as long as we stagger low, high, they never actually will interfere with each other, which is super handy. So this next one here would be low to use. I may need to look into the way our system is set up over there and see if it would be easier to stay with binary to decode to this. I'm really thinking it might be, because you can do subtraction between them, in which case it would limit the size of this. And I mean, let's be honest, when you're dealing with something like this, smaller is definitely better. Let's try and extend this size out a bit more. We only need one more. If I do this. Huh. Do this. It'll work. Without having to use another repeater when we get here by the light. So for now, we've got 3 lights set up, and we can easily, if we get out a lever, simulate there being more. Or whatever one we want to. Well, let's just break this for now and pop a lever. Okay. So we can convert each of the units' signal back to a singular line. At least right now in a slightly larger manner. And we'll play around to see if we can figure out a way to do it from binary, as I think that might make it a little smaller. So from here, we need to break down our next lot of lights. What if we have a series of hopper locks? And so whatever comes off of this locks that full category of hopper. So it only allows for this line to be unlocked. At first, we have 2 possible types. Out of that, each one of these has 2 additionals that breaks down to. So when these 2 lines come in, they will do the 50-50 that you see down there. I don't know why I'm making these lines. I'm making them because I'm losing my mind. So it depends on which one of these is on as to which one can unlock. So this one actually kind of comes in more like this, like a bracket. And the secondary line you see here controls one here. You have to make sure it's feeding in the right direction. And this one here. No, it does not. And these 2 are the individual. Just need more space to work with, but that's the general idea. So, based on this, the concept does work. We can take that signal We can use this system to break it into individual lines. Obviously, flipping it is best. And then we can run these lines to our sources. Now, how we mix them together, we have to make sure that we take our class lines and lock everything in that class with that line. So that's what these two levers here are doing. So this one locks these four. This one locks those four. Now, obviously, if we have a system that has 15 inputs, 15 inputs, and 15 inputs, it's going to be a lot more messy and complicated than what this is, but we can't really get into that until we start building the system in world when that day comes. So our class lines, so these two levers here, like I said, are this lever and this lever, lock all of the one in that. Then when you look at the next line, it controls 1/2 of either side. So if this line here is in stone, it's granite, and in color, it's wool, then it's saying, okay, well, we either want granite or we want wool. The class says we don't want color, and so this isn't, it's kind of like an AND gate. We need both of them to be selected for it to be off. And then on our other front, this line says, oh, it is, we want something in the stone class, and this one says, oh, we're looking for granite. And so then it comes down the line. And then when it gets to here, it says, okay, so we want stone, we want granite. Do we want a slab or do we want a block? And in this case, we have, say this one is slab selected. And it says, yes, we want the slab. And the block is lit, and therefore we don't. If this line was, if either of these two lines back here were powered, you can see here, it comes down and it shuts off both. I know that's a little bit complicated, but it does serve the function that we're looking for it to serve. I really do need to spend a bit more time playing around, because I think we might be able to, like I said, go to these singular lines a little bit easier if we take from these binary signals instead. Because for binary, this line is a 1, so as long as this is the only line powered, that's already our first light. This one is a 2, so if this one's powered, that's our second light. We can go to our third light if both of these are powered, so that's a really quick test of an AND gate. So I think we'll do a little bit more playing around with this. Unfortunately, for this particular session, that's about the time that I have. I might be able to squeeze in a little bit more time playing around with that before I run out of time for this video. But guys, I think it's been fairly successful. It's been a bit of a headache and on my part, mainly for how to go about doing that. I think we finally have a plan ironed out on how to separate between each one, and I think that'll work relatively well. The one other point that we have to do is make sure we can unlock the hoppers when we want the specific item. Right now I'm thinking a stack of whatever items, so we would actually run the button into a hopper clock that counts off a stack of items, and then the hopper would be unlocked for that duration, and we would receive our stack back at our selection point. That's my plan. So it might take a little bit of time to get there, but once again, we don't even have the known location of the base that we're planning to build this thing in. I just wanted to work on it because I really enjoy these kinds of projects, and I enjoy the puzzle that it is to figure them out. So I hope that you can certainly enjoy coming along with me on this journey. And like I said, if you guys have any projects that you want to see me try and work on, or just projects in general, like I said, I really enjoy this kind of thing and I like a good puzzle, so I would gladly like to hear them. I do struggle sometimes to come up with major redstone contraption ideas. Like, I would have never come up with this thing over here. I'm certainly glad that I saw Mumbo's video when he did make it, and I'm certainly glad I put in the time to understand it and rework it and kind of make it work in my own way. But coming up with those kinds of ideas really only happen if you have a set plan or project in mind. And so yeah, let me know if you do have projects that you would like to see me work on, or on the other hand, if you have a project that you would like to build in one of your worlds that you don't know how to do this type of thing, I would be glad to do my best to build it, make a tutorial on it, make a redstone episode like this on it, and then send you the world as well so that you can look through it and remake it yourself. Well guys, I think that's all the time we have, so like this video if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next episode.